man, nice car. Wanna come on my podcast, Cigars N Supercars?
I get to smoke cigars and talk about cars, then hell yeah, let's go. I'm down.
Word.
Right.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, man?
What's going on? Let me make sure I don't hit the car.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance,
What's going on,
Mike.
man? Hey, yeah.
Welcome
great
to
meet you.
Cigars N Supercars.
I love it.
Episode
Cigars N Supercars.
Yep, episode 2.
Cool in the gang.
This is my entrance criteria to the party.
I love it. This is a fair entry right here.
Yeah.
I dig the interior, man. It's beautiful.
Well,
sick.
speaking of the interior,
Oh my. Check out the inside of this bad boy. Where are the doors on this? Oh, I'm sorry.
I got
No,
you.
my bad.
I got you.
My bad. It just explodes
Hands
open.
up, don't shoot.
Officer, there's a cop in the gas station.
Sounds like a whole lot of I'm tipping off. I'm gonna be pulling up for sure. That's what it is. It's all good.
Well, he couldn't have known.
No, he didn't.
If anything, it would have been a noise violation.
That's fine. Oh yeah, I'm definitely fucked. He's back there. I see him. He's in an SUV. Okay. Should we dip off?
Not just yet.
Okay.
I mean,
I see him. He's chilling.
I think it's
It's all good. He's got radar on, but that's all good because I ain't speeding.
right.
What's the speed limit here? Like 40?
That's a great question.
Probably.
Hold on.
He's probably gonna get him in the Corvette because he sped up.
Yeah.
That's so ridiculous. I'm not exactly 40, so
Yeah. Now there's a cop. Do you not see
I
him?
was like, do they not see that
Do
this
they
is
not
a
see-
cop like right here? No. That guy's like, send it. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna send it.
There seems to be a police officer.
I know. He's gonna look at his mirror and be like, oh, so that's why he wasn't going. Like, yeah, oh, there's two of them.
Oh.
Is that what they're gonna do? They're gonna get both of us at the same time?
Nah.
No, he's flying by. What's up, dude? Car me.
Yeah, let's not let the brown car get pulled over. Right?
Yeah,
Let's let
no.
them.
That's the point.
I'll edit that out.
Oh man, that was my little heart attack for the day.
I had no idea that was a cop.
Alright, so we might as well get into first time we drove manual. That should be a fun one. So we talked about this earlier, so I made you shut up because I didn't want to hear the details. I wanted to save it for the actual, we're here, man, let's talk about it here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I was 19 and stationed in Sicily, and I
Okay.
just bought a manual. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and go first.
In that case, alright. So when I was 18. I was 18 years old, man. I was going through some stuff with a girl at the time. It was a whole thing, but then I was starting to get into cars like a lot more seriously. Quote unquote. I mean, I was big into F1. I just went to the 2014 Toyota Grand Prix. It was a whole thing,
Nice.
right? And I was always big into the paddle shifters and F1 cars, man. I thought it was the coolest
It
thing.
was cool as fuck back in the day.
Right, I
Now,
thought-
now everybody hates it.
I know that everyone is a
Everybody wants
hater.
to stick.
You know, and I get it, you know, it makes sense, but I remember the FRS was out at the time, and I wanted one so bad. I wanted one since I was a kid. And, well, not a kid, well, I mean, like, when they came out, I guess I was younger, but nonetheless. So I was into it, but then my buddy said, nah, I don't want to buy that. And those transmissions suck, and this and the other. He's like, man, let's learn on my car. So we had a 1995 BMW 520, what's 535i.
That's a fun one to learn on.
It was a fun car, right?
Right.
So he took me to a Kroger parking lot, and I'll never forget, I made him sign a little piece of paper is that if I screw up your clutch, I'm not
I don't gotta pay
liable.
for your clutch.
I'm not liable for
Bro.
anything that happens to this car.
You made him sign a clutch.
I
in
did,
the
and I wrote it down on a piece of paper.
An
Like,
impromptu clutch in
this,
the
this is real talk. I'm not even playing, bro. He'll attest to this. It was so funny. I was so serious about it. So, anyways, yeah, he signs it. You know, he's like, hey, stupid, bro. It's not that hard. So I'm like freaking out. So we're in the Kroger parking lot. And, man, it's rough. I'm having a hard time with this whole clutch deal. You know, so I've never done this before, and I'm revving it to the moon and then dumping the clutch and then freaking out, and you know. So, anyways, we drive out to the national. Oh, it's just like the whole time because it's bushing. Everything was shot in that car, man. And so we drive out to the national forest, and so we drive out there. We're doing a little rally stuff in the little backwoods area, and we get to the spot, and he lets me drive the way home, and he's like, "Man, what I want you to do." And this is so. Up until this point, I was kind of like, "Manuals, it's okay, you know. It's like, it's all right. It's not everything I chalked it up to be."
Right.
So he lets me drive back, and he's like, "What I want you to do is put the clutch all the way in, and I want you to rev it all the way up, and just dump the clutch." And I'm like, "You sure?" He's like, "Yeah." So I did it, and that was my first burnout. The first time I ever had done a burnout of any sort, and it was at that point that I'm like, I will never go back to an auto again. I want a manual. So I had done that, and then I kept learning his car when we went to Austin. He let me drive home, and it was history. And then I bought my S2000 because of that, because I was like, well, now I can buy the car. You know, I've always wanted one. I saw one when I was 13 years old. I thought it was the coolest looking car ever. And I was like, well, we only make the manual. That's a shame. But then I saw one out in Austin, and I was like, well, I can do this now. I can buy this car because I can drive manual.
Right.
And so, yeah, when I was 19, bought my S2000. Yeah, super cool. So that's what got me into cars, really, like real cars.
S2K 19. So I was stationed in Sicily at 19, and gotta buy what they call a beater, an island beater, over there, just so you can get to and from work and have something to drive around and whatnot. So I ended up picking up a 1986 Volkswagen GL convertible.
Yeah, dude.
For I think $3,000, $3,500, somewhere in that ballpark. And it was a 1.18 liter. So it couldn't go more than like 65, 70 miles an hour on a lucky day if you're going downhill.
If the wind's blowing to your back.
Literally the top end of the speed limit on the spot that you're driving on. Like,
right.
As fast as you possibly go. And so I bought it on base, did all the paperwork or whatever, left base, had about 15 minutes of driving to get from base to the bottom of the hill of the town I lived in, Anastasia. And it's cobblestone going up the main thoroughfare. Keep in mind, this is after I got off work. It's around 6 p.m., 7 p.m. There's traffic. It's rush hour. They still have rush hour over there, even if there's only 40,000 people living in the town or whatever it may be.
Right.
But I'll never forget. It was they're like, just put it in second and just keep on the gas and don't let up no matter what. I was like, well, what if I have to stop? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's rush hour, you're going uphill. And he was like, just don't stop. And I'm like, all right, bro. And luckily, I had already had a motorcycle license. You know, I'd driven motorcycles, understand the concept of a manual clutch and feathering the clutch into the friction zone to shift gears and all that kind of stuff. Right. You know, so I wasn't completely ignorant to the concept. But here I am. I put it in second. And in this town, you go up a 30-degree hill. On cobblestone, excuse my French. You have to beat that one out. But it's a 30-degree hill on cobblestone going up, and I just gun it, right? And we get to like probably, I don't know, 2/3, 3/4 of the way up. And lo and behold, here's a scenario where I have to stop, right? So I clutch it, brake it, and I'm like, God, there we go again. I'm going to have to get better at this. I'm trying to keep this YouTube friendly again.
I'm trying, trust me. This is like pulling teeth for me, trying to keep my vulgarity off, you know.
So I have to put on the brake and clutch it in. And then what ends up happening is there's a side street off to the right. My friend gets out of the back of the car, has the dude behind me back up, and I just leave it clutched in and back into the side street. Which is what ended up
just
setting
abandoned
me.
The shit.
Left it in second gear because I couldn't get it back into first. because I kept on trying to cross shift into third.
Oh man.
And so left it in second. Finally got a break in traffic and feathered it out back up the hill that last little bit. And that's my first time driving a manual car.
That
story.
sounds horrifying.
I mean, it'll make your butthole pucker.
I was gonna say that sounds like a whole terrifying time.